See the spooky stuff over here? That is not Halloween decorations. That's just my normal art studio decor. Yeah. Hello, spooky friends. Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm gonna be sharing with you some of my favorite Inktober supplies. Now, as we all know, October is my favorite month of the year. It has Halloween, hello, best holiday ever. But with October also comes Inktober. If you don't know what Inktober is essentially a daily drawing challenge where you create a drawing of any kind in ink every single day for the month of October. The artist and illustrator Jake Parker is responsible for Inktober. He was the guy that came up with the idea. He is one talented guy, by the way. You should definitely check out some of his stuff somewhere. I personally love Inktober. I think it's a great way to stay inspired, challenge yourself, and just end up with a whole bunch of awesome stuff in a sketchbook. In preparation for Inktober, I wanted to share with you some of the supplies that I have used in the past and that I plan on using this year for the Inktober challenge. So the first thing I want to talk about is substrate. So what kind of sketchbook or paper am I using during Inktober? Well, there's a couple of different things, and I've done kind of different books each year. This year, I'm probably going to default to one of my favorites, and that is just a good old moleskin. There are different types of moleskin sketchbooks that you want to get into. You can get into just like a traditional thin page book if you want, because it will withstand the application of like Pitt pens and microns and all that good stuff. Or if you want to get a moleskin because you're worried about stuff seeping through the pages, or you know you're going to be using like actual ink out of a bottle, then you want to get a Moleskin Art Plus. The Art Plus moleskins have a thicker page weight, so it's great for any type of mixed media work or just heavy water inky application. So in this Moleskin Plus, I actually have completed art journal spreads in there, so it does handle mixed media stuff really well. This is usually my favorite sketchbook to be working in. I did want to share two other types of books that I've used in the past. The other one is by B Paper, and it is a super deluxe heavy drawing paper sketchbook. I like the particular format of this because it's square. I was using this one a lot for my American Horror Story themed Inktober drawings. Look at Pepper. Oh, Pepper. So cute. Good times. For Inktober, I generally do like Halloween portraits, illustrations of famous figures in horror, either horror TV shows or movies or characters of things. That's kind of just a thing, like a theme that I do every Inktober. If you guys are interested in seeing like a tour of my previous Inktober drawings, let me know in the comment section below and I'll try to make that happen. Another sketchbook that I want to talk about, and I don't know if these are made anymore, I need to do some hunting on the internet. If I do find it, I'll include it in the link in the description box below. These sketchbooks were actually gifted to me. My mom gave me these. These are sketchbooks from Sabrina Ward Harrison, but I liked them because the format's a little strange. It's kind of like a rectangular shape. The pages are really thick. It actually feels like Bristol paper that's inside of it. Here are some of my older Inktober drawings. I have Coraline over here. Again, I always do the portraits. And then I have Lydia from Beetlejuice over here. I really liked this because it's really smooth, so it's really nice to work on with any sort of pen work or inks. So now that I've talked sketchbooks, let's move on and talk about pens. Now, Inktober does imply that you are supposed to be doing all your drawings in ink, and a lot of people will actually use like bottled ink and a paintbrush for this. I typically just tend to stick with pens. So these are my favorite pens that I like to use for Inktober. So the first pen I want to share is Pitt pens. I love Pitt pens. I think they are a reliable art supply. They're high quality, as they should be. They're freaking expensive. Faber-Castell is the brand, and the three tips that I usually get is B, S, and XS. I feel like that's a good range to basically accomplish any kind of drawing that you might be doing. Olive is literally belly up next to me snoring, which is really great because it's like, boo-boo, your snoring is so loud. Oh, are you coming in now? Okay, okay, now I got a pug. Okay. So in addition to just using a traditional black Pitt pen, I will also use Pitt pens in various shades of grays, and this is how I accomplish any kind of shading that I want to be doing. My favorite shades of gray are Cold Gray, Warm Gray 4, Warm Gray 3, and Cold Gray 3. In addition to Pitt pens, I also use microns. I feel like a lot of people use these, and micron has some really great variety of tip sizes, and I particularly like their really tiny one that they have, and I'll use that for like little lines or dots or just coming into those little areas in my drawings. Gel pens. So I do use some gel pens in with my black and gray drawings. My favorite type of gel pen is the Y&C Gel Extreme, and I like the white as well as the bronzy sort of color. They have a gold too, but the gold's really yellowy. I prefer the bronze just because it looks really pretty. Oh, boo-boo. It looks really pretty. Oh, your breath is bad. In terms of pencils and erasers, my favorite pencil to do any kind of sketching with is actually just a good old Ticonderoga No. 2 pencil. And my go-to eraser are kneaded erasers. I think these are great, especially with any kind of illustrations you might be doing. So I'll sketch everything out with my Ticonderoga, lighten my lines with a kneaded eraser, and then I'll come in with those Pitt pens and microns to finish out my drawing. All right, so that wraps up my favorite art supplies for Inktober. Are any of you guys participating in Inktober? I would love to know. Leave it down in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more art and good times. Otherwise, stay spooky, and I'll see you in October. Bye. She's probably gonna fall asleep. She falls asleep when I'm holding her.